Assalamualaikum. Hi guys. People also ask about what is my PhD topic, so that's why I want to make this video try to explain simple explanation of overall my project. So what I'm doing is related to the sentiment analysis. It's a process to obtain opinion from a piece of text. For example, if you make a comment in the Facebook or you make a review for a certain product in any web page, the sentiment study is try to obtain the content, particular content, or try to obtain what people think about something. Why is it important? Because if I am a politician, I want to know what people think about my political campaign. Or if I'm a decision maker or business maker, I want to know what people think about my new launch product. So it's really important. So the problem is text is part of the unstructured data type. So there are many challenges in order you want to derive an information from the text. You have like the language barrier, you have like challenge of the cross domain, and challenge of the algorithm itself. So in sentiment there are two type or two most common method that used in sentiment. Okay, one we call that machine learning. Okay, and another one we call that lexical based. What is machine learning? Machine learning is the study that we want to make machine understand something, and when we giving new rule, this machine try to give information or prediction for us. Okay, it divided into two categories. One we call it supervised, and another one is unsupervised. Okay, so supervised is depend on the training data set. Okay, supervised is need to have like training data set. What training data set? It means, let's say you want the system or the machine can predict between two animal, where is the cat, what is the animal, whether it's cat or rabbit, for example. So in order to want to make the machine understand that, you give all the data about the cat, all the information about cat, how the cat look like. So when new feature come or new picture come, animal picture come, and this machine will try to predict whether it's cat or not. So that's how the training data work. For unsupervised, it doesn't have need to any training data. However, it produces like a group or a clustering based on the algorithm that we develop in unsupervised. So we heard that this one is the good thing is not depend on training data set, because training data set is really we need to have really spend a lot of time to produce that thing. However, the unsupervised, what the disadvantage of unsupervised is, normally is using the high computational cost. Okay. And it also need to have expert to verify the result. So that's unsupervised. So examples for the unsupervised method, one of the popular method is K-mean, and now they are talking about the deep learning. So this is two more common method in unsupervised. I'm not taking too detail about deep learning because it can be unsupervised and also be supervised. So perhaps in another tutorial or another video I can explain this algorithm. So the problem, if you want to implement this algorithm into the sentiment, like I said, this one most obvious problem is this is too depend on training data set. So if you predict something based on the training data set, and when in real life, in real data, when you implement this model and there are new features that not covered in training data set, your model will be fail. So this is one of main issue, and tech is really have too many, what we call it, too many features they can generate from set, the highest sparsity. Okay, so unsupervised, although this method seem ideal method for everything, but the implementation is not, it's not the same thing. It's not like we say that it's easy unsupervised. Even most unsupervised approach in sentiment is also need to have like some sort of the training data that we can call that semi-supervised. Okay. On the other hand, in lexicon base, this one is based on the study from the NLP or NLG group. What it means, the NLP is just natural language processing. So by that we can understand this method is based on the grammatical process of the sentence, like grammatical. So it is really concerned about the grammatical thing or grammatical in the text. So while machine learning, it don't have to understand the language in order to predict something. So in lexicon base, there are three main methods too. One we call the dictionary, another one we call it corpus, and this one is statistical. Okay. So dictionary mean is you have like some resources for the language. So based on this thing, the system will try to finding that some synonym or acronym in order the system to want to predict or to understand overall the process of